What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. MTG here with another episode. If you're new to the channel, hi there. So today I have here the OnePlus 10 Pro, and I want to talk about 3 reasons why you can pick up this device. But before I do begin, I quickly want to touch base on the wallpaper on the OnePlus 10 Pro, and I use an app called Backdrops. It's available on both iOS and Android, so if you want to check out these types of wallpapers, I'll be leaving links in the description down below to Backdrops. Anyway, without further delay, let's dive right in. Okay, so reason number 1 is going to be display. So the OnePlus 10 Pro comes with a 6.7-inch Quad HD 120Hz 2nd Gen LTPO display. That's a mouthful, but let's break it down. A 6.7-inch Quad HD display. Now this display is more taller than wider for most phones at this screen size of 6.7, 6.8 inches, and it does have a curved display, but they're really subtle. They're not as drastic as they were on previous OnePlus models. I personally, in my use, have not had any accidental touches whatsoever, so I don't think these will be too much of an issue. But for those who just prefer flat displays, then this definitely isn't going to be that device. Now, 120Hz 2nd Gen LTPO. So with this, the OnePlus 10 Pro is able to drop frame rates from 1 Hz to 120 Hz, up to 120 Hz, depending on what kind of application you're using or what you're doing on the phone itself. It's going to be able to help with its performance as well. Now, watching videos, playing games like Call of Duty, this has been probably my mobile. I absolutely love using OnePlus devices for mobile gaming, and I'm back at it with Call of Duty like full time because of the OnePlus 10 Pro. It's just really good when you're playing games and watching videos. I've been going more to my OnePlus 10 Pro than my iPad mini to watch all of my YouTube videos as of late. So if you go and get this phone, you're going to have no issues with display. And I think display is an important aspect of the phone because it's a part of the phone that we use the most. So I think we should have a good display. Now, having a Quad HD, does that really matter? No, I would have been perfectly fine if it was Full HD. In fact, right now, my display settings is at Full HD 120Hz. I'm not even using Quad HD because the more you put into the phone, it's going to take up some more battery. So Full HD for me is perfectly fine. I don't really see too much of a need from jumping Full HD to Quad HD. Then again, it is a flagship, so having Quad HD is really good. But display, it definitely is a plus. All right, so reason number 2 is probably, you guessed it, it's a OnePlus device. Battery charging speeds. Now, I'm just putting a little disclaimer out there. For the US, the OnePlus 10 Pro is capped at 65 watts. That's right. Now, OnePlus pretty much says this is because the 80-watt Super VOOC does not support the 110 or 120 volt AC power, which is the typical standard for power outlets in North America. So that's why we're not getting 80 watts of Super VOOC. But if you're outside of North America, then you'll be getting 60 watts, or outside of North America, you'll be getting 80 watts. For those who are in the US or in North America, you're capped at 65 watts, which still is really, really fast. I have no issue at all. Now, this comes with a 5,000 milliamp hour dual cell battery, and it's super fast. Like charging the phone to 50% in about 15 minutes and 0 to 100 in about 35 minutes. That's a game changer because I don't like charging my phone at night. I wake up in the morning, I have about 30 minutes, 40 minutes to get ready. And I know that with this, if I'm able to plug it in, by the time I'm done getting ready, whether it's taking a shower or having breakfast or whatnot, by the time I'm ready to start my day, I know that the OnePlus 10 Pro is at 100%. It's all set to go. And it has a pretty long-lasting battery. Its 5,000 milliamp hour battery gets you about 5 to 6 hours of screen on time. And if you're a light user, then you can definitely be rest assured that this will last you all day. And reason number 3 is actually going to be the price of the OnePlus 10 Pro. So last year, the predecessor OnePlus 9 Pro came out at around like $969 for its base model and $1,069 for its upper model. But in the US, we were only able to buy the $1,069 model for $1,069, right? But this year, it's kind of different. Now, This ships with 8 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage. I don't know why the US doesn't have 256 gigs of storage and 12 gigs of RAM. For those who use 120 gigs of storage on their phones, this doesn't have expandable storage, so you're kind of out of luck with getting a larger storage model. But for those who say, hey, 128 gigs is perfectly fine for me, I don't think there's anything wrong with the RAM. 8 gigs of RAM is perfectly fine for this device. Well, the $899 is a really good steal. It's a good phone. It's a great phone. You're getting really good stuff out of the price, and it competes with phones like the Pixel 6 Pro. They're priced at the same price, $899. That's right, and it's priced cheaper than its competition, iPhone 13 Pro, Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra at $1199. So, price, I think they really nailed it. OnePlus has always been kind of giving that flagship phone at a much lower price, and they did it with OnePlus 10 Pro. I felt like with the predecessor OnePlus 9 Pro, they were like, okay, we're done giving that. We're just a normal smartphone company bringing out flagship smartphones at flagship prices. But I feel like with OnePlus 10 Pro, they really said, hey, here's our latest flagship, and we're going to give it to you at, it's going to undercut the competition by a couple $100, but you're going to be getting the even better performance in some areas than the competition. So for those of you who don't want to spend $1,000, I think it'll be perfectly fine with the OnePlus 10 Pro. And that about wraps up this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to superman that like button, comment down below, and best of all, share this video because it really does help out the channel a lot. It will help push my content out to more people. Anyway, that's been it for me. I'll catch you guys in the next episode.